Hello, welcome back. It's Night Conjure, your APC coach. What I briefly wanted to do is to talk you through some of the things that you can do in advance now for your preparation for these online final assessment interviews. Because all the interviews for session 1, the RICS have stated that they are going to take place online. So this is something that you can do in advance of the interview. First of all, choose a place in a home where you're going to take the interview in. Yeah. So make sure that in this room you are not disturbed at home, and check the room out. Make sure that the backgrounds are what you're happy with in terms of other people seeing the backgrounds, because the panel is going to be able to see what is behind you. Okay, so first of all, we talked about the room. Next thing that you need to do in terms of preparation is the equipment. In terms of the equipment, what you need to do is to have a laptop or a desktop. And an iPhone is not recommended because the screen is very small. An iPad could work, yeah, but again, it's actually the positioning where you might have some issues, right? And then in terms of the equipment, one other thing that you need is a set of headsets. What I would recommend is you have got headsets with a microphone, and the connection should be some sort of a jacking in type. Those are more reliable than the Wi-Fi ones or the Bluetooth ones. Use the jacking type of headsets. The third thing that you need to do in terms of your preparation is the visual aids. In the past, when you have done, or when people have done face-to-face interviews, people have brought in some visual aids where they've got some flip charts or some presentation aids that are placed on the desktop. In this case, you want to have the advantage of the desktop. So what the RICS are doing is all the presentation material, the slides need to be sent to the RICS in advance of the interview. Yeah. And once you have done that, the RICS are going to email those slides to the panel members in advance of the interview. So during the interview, you can just refer to those slides. I know what some of you are thinking about. What you're thinking about is that on Skype, you can share your screen. No, the RICS are not using that option because it would cause a lot of confusion, or so much time can actually be wasted that way. So what they are opting for is that you send in the slides, and one reason for that is that during the interview, the panel want to be seeing your face, and if you start doing some slide share and that sort of thing, it might be an issue in terms of actually seeing how you're making the presentation. So for that reason, the slides will need to be emailed to the RICS, who are going to pass them on to the assessors. Okay, so there are 3 things we've talked about, what you can do in terms of the preparation for your final assessment. First one is choose a room in your home where you're not going to be disturbed. And the second one is look at the equipment. So here we are talking about in terms of the laptop or desktop. And then we're talking about some headsets that have got a microphone and is the jacking type instead. So USB or jacking type and not the Bluetooth type. Yeah, those are more reliable. Yeah, and then lastly, we talked about the visual aids that if you're preparing any slides, these need to be emailed to the RICS in advance of the interview, because the RICS are going to email them to the assessors. Okay. If you've got any questions in terms of the APC, just shoot me an email. There's a link below this video where I can be contacted, and I look forward to helping you in becoming a chartered surveyor. It's Night Conjure, your APC coach. Thank you. Hey, did you find that useful? Keep in touch by subscribing to my channel or email me on this email address, successtips@nightconje.com. successtips@nightconje.com. See you later.